Let's bring in global communications expert Dottie Li. She's here joining us now in Washington. She's the founder and CEO of TransPacific Communications. Dottie, this has taken quite a toll, not just financially, but also emotionally on many people. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. This is perhaps one of the largest events that's impacting the entire country, as well as the diaspora of Chinese everywhere, including here in the nation's capital in America, and the communities here are impacted. But let's talk about folks in China. As the stories have reported, that families are in tremendous anxiety. They're worried about their loved ones, and the fact that many people are not able to get to their family reunion dinner, that's a huge deal, because that is the tradition.
For the New Year.
For the New Year, tradition of the New Year. And also, as another part of the tradition during the New Year, is that you visit families, friends, and now they're not able to do so. They're making phone calls, they're using WeChats and video calls and to send the greetings, but it's not the same.
And this is something, just to give our audience some perspective, that affects people all across China, including much of the laborers across the country who save all year to go home during this holiday.
Right, exactly. And not only they can't be reunited with their families, they're stuck at a place where they have nowhere to go to, or even perhaps no celebration at all under the current circumstances.
There's been nearly a dozen countries affected, some 35 million impacted. Are you surprised by how quickly this has grown?
Oh, certainly it caught me by surprise, as with millions of people. We didn't know this sort of strand, this new strand, this virus that just took over like wildfire, and it took over in a speed that no one could anticipate. Yes, it's a complete surprise, but unfortunately it came too late by the time we caught on. But people are doing everything they can to keep this under control.
In your line of work, you're very familiar with how Chinese officials handle moments like these. How are they doing now? How has China's response been, its public response to this outbreak?
I think that they're learning the lessons from SARS many years ago in 2003. But for Wuhan to be on the receiving end of this tremendous outbreak, I don't think they're prepared, and I think they're trying to control the message. However, you know, the images we see on Twitter, on social media, they're coming through, and it's not a pretty sight. But I don't believe they're doing a good job in controlling that message. And because people need information, also people are seeking transparency.
If I may ask you as a personal question, as an ethnically Chinese person here in the U.S., how is this affecting you in terms of your family, your friends, the people that you're speaking to?
Mm-hmm. It's affecting me as an individual, as a Chinese American. It's in fact impacting my families back home, my members of my families, and it's certainly impacting the greater communities here in the Washington, D.C. area, as well as other parts of the world. We're all being impacted. We don't know where our family members could be reunited. As a matter of fact, my brother, who lives in another city far away from my hometown, Hefei, he canceled his flights to be with my parents, who are elderly, and my sister is unable to travel to see my folks either. And I know there are people who live as far as in the UK, and they're worried about their loved ones who were supposed to make a trip to visit them, but now that trip was also canceled.
The personal toll here, all of this, of course, as the Chinese government tries to contain this situation. Dottie Li, thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.